as entrepreneurs, as we all are, we are always looking for the next shiny object. And as an entrepreneur, someone yells, squirrel! And we're like, yes, squirrel, I'm doing this, right? And I should be doing this. And they're blogging, and they're on FitBlock, and they're doing corporate wellness, and they're doing tweets, and they're doing this, and I got to do all of it. When you do everything, you do nothing. Oh, we say it, but do you believe it? When you do everything, you do nothing. When you do everything, you do nothing well. Stop doing everything. So Darren said to us, listen, squirrel, stop looking at the squirrels. When someone brings an idea to you, you should say, what the focus are you talking about? I went to bed thinking that last night, laughing to myself, that I was like toying with this idea of something that I want to work on and grow, and then I'm like, what the focus are you talking about, Trina? It's not in your big three right now. It's not in my big three. Once you are so solid in what you want to accomplish with your team, with your organization, with your brand, with your mission, when you're so solid about where you want to go, those decisions are not that difficult anymore. What the focus are you talking about, right? So how can you focus more? You've got to do the right things. We are so addicted to busy. I remember there being a time in my business, just specifically, I was walking out the door, texting while I'm walking, because we all do that, and I have a member talking to me about wanting another Zumba class, and I've got an employee asking me about a talk that she has to give the next day, if I could help her with her outline, and I'm just kind of doing all of it and walking out the door, and then my phone beeps to remind me that I'm supposed to pick up my kids in 10 minutes, and I'm like, look at me, I'm so important. I got 3 people talking to me, I'm texting, I got buzzers going off. We want to be busy because we want to be important. You want to be busy because you want to look important. And I have decided to flip that upside down. I want to be in Maui for a week. That feels better to me. I'll come home and dig in and work hard, but I'm not going to just be busy to be busy. I don't need to feel needed by texts and emails and people asking me questions. I want to empower those people to make better decisions on their own, so they don't need to follow me out the door. We are addicted to busy. Busy is a false sense of accomplishment. I know if you do this exercise for me after this session, this afternoon when you can work on this, I know when I ask you the question, are you busy or are you productive? Talk about that. You might be in a place where we have all been of just busy. But at the end of the day, do you feel accomplished? And I mean, no matter where you are in your career, that's why I love this topic right now. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner or an intern. All of us can take a look at our day. Were you busy or were you accomplished? Were you productive? This is a quick one. This is a bonus tip. At the beginning of the day today, Todd said, what are you stressed about? What are you worried about? And people said time and balance. Family balance and time, and I was like, oh, I didn't have this in my notes, but I'm going to share it. It's bonus, no extra charge. Okay? So be significant in 6 roles in life. I'm not making this stuff up. This Franklin Covey, the leaders in, that's the company that published 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, Franklin Covey, right? They have gone on to become leaders in personal development and professional development. And they've been doing lots of research and studies, and they found that the most successful, high-performing people can identify 6 roles in their life. When I learned this in January, and they had us make a list of what we perceive our roles are, I had 18. You can laugh. You probably do too. Right? Be honest. They didn't tell us what the magic number was, so I'm like, oh, I'm a soccer coach, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a business owner, I'm a Beachbody coach, I'm a presenter, I write for my local paper, I'm on the board of DARE, I'm on the chamber board. I just made a list of all my roles, right? Then I was like, gosh, I really suck at 18 roles. I really should pare that down. What's the magic number? And they said 6. I'm like, done. Done. My life has changed in the past 90 days. Done. So listen, here's my list of all my roles, because I want to do a lot of things, because I want to be really busy and I want to look really important. Until someone popped that balloon for me and I realized I don't need to do all those things. So what I want to challenge you with is, could you make the list of all the things that you are? It doesn't mean you can't continue to do some of those things. I'm also a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, I'm all of these things. But I can only be remarkable, significant, amazing at 6. Those 6 things will change over the course of your life. You're not putting these in stone. So these roles are going to change in your life. You need to know right now, what are they? So these are not yours, these are mine. I just want to be authentic and show you what I did to change and what I'm focusing on, and I want you to hopefully do the same for your life. I don't want to just be a wife. I want to be a best friend to my husband, all right? So I put best friend to my husband is 1. These are not in competing order. You do not, this made my life so much easier to not have to rank them. Get rid of the idea of work and life balance. Just live a great life. Some days you're going to be a better mom, some days a better dad, some days a better spouse, some days a better friend, some days a better leader. Don't make them compete with each other by ranking them, right? Just know what's important to you and keep them all in front of you. Number 2, I don't want to just be a mom. I want to be a mentor to my kids. That's super important to me. So if I'm going to say that, I actually have to do that. Am I spending quality time with them? Am I engaged with them at their school? Am I doing projects with them? Am I traveling the world? Am I doing these things with them? All right? Number 3, for me, this had gotten lost. I got into fitness because I was a Group X instructor. And then I built a health club around it. And then I started traveling and corporate wellness and speaking. And I'm like, man, but I lost my roots. I'm an instructor. Be an instructor, Trina. Be an amazing instructor. So I put instructor back on here. I put myself back on the schedule at my gym for a couple more classes. I kicked off my own boot camp called Body Beauty that brought in more revenue in the first quarter at the gym than any program, including personal training, any existing program in the club in 1 quarter. Because I know that I love being an instructor. And so when I let myself really be significant in that role and eliminate some of these, I'll do better with it. Does that make sense? Yes. I want to be a business owner, right? I own 2 health clubs. I need that to be key, you know, a business owner, an entrepreneur. I want to be the creator. I want to be the leader of the team. This is a big role for me, right? So it's equal, but look, I don't have to rank them. I also want to be a great instructor, mom, wife. This is one of them. I want to be I want to be one of the top coaches in the business that I'm in Beachbody. I don't want to just be a coach. I want to be one of the top coaches. Right? So that had to be its own role. Separate from owning the club, I need to see that as a role that I want to excel in. And finally, and I don't know if anybody else in the room in Dallas where I did this had this last one, because everyone had to go around and share, and I was kind of embarrassed to share this one. No one had it. And I was like, why isn't anybody saying this? I must be really selfish. But my last role for myself, do you like my numbering? Is that brilliant? My last role for myself was to be the manager of myself. I need that to be a role. If I don't manage myself, I don't sleep. If I don't manage myself, I gain weight and I don't eat well. If I don't manage myself, I cut my own workouts outside of teaching my classes. If I don't manage myself, I'm not doing date night with my husband. If I don't manage myself, I'm not connecting with my best friend. I've got to manage myself in order to be better in all those other roles. What didn't make this list? Many, many, many things. Speaking and writing and presenting and all those things didn't make this list, did it? I had to be honest with myself and say, if I'm amazing at these things, and make an impact, that's going to be enough and other opportunities will come to me if I'm amazing here. So what has happened? I just spoke at URSA as a business owner. I went and spoke with them as an entrepreneur, talking to them about the business of fitness. And because I feel so focused on all the things that I'm not distracted by, I left URSA with 3 new, huge, in my view, in my life, on my scale, separate from Todd's, 3 new huge speaking gigs for myself. Because I have eliminated so many things that make me unfocused that when I'm doing really well at what I'm good at, people notice. Right? So will these things change over the course of the year? They certainly will. At some point, my club might start to take more of a back seat and something else might fill in there. At some point, I will back off of instructing and do something else, but this is where I am right now. I encourage you, urge you to do a study like this for yourself and for whoever's important in your life. When my husband and I did this together, our communication has skyrocketed. I understand what's important to him, he understands what's important to me, and we have so much more mutual respect for each other because of that. So what should you be doing? You decide what's important. You decide what's going to move your needle. Stop looking at the people around you to tell you. Should you be blogging? Should you be doing groups? Should you be doing 30 minutes? Should you be doing hours? Whatever. You decide. Just decide and then just go be amazing at it, and don't need to know all the details. You don't need to know all the details. Just go do it.